I went to watch Harry Styles and I just simply didn't recover. Oh my God, I just dropped my Kindle. SOS. Come here, baby. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hello, Shawty Bays. Hello, besties. Welcome to this month's wrap up. It is going to be very disappointing, so prepare for that. I barely read this month, you guys. Let me be honest with you. I read 8 books and I don't even really remember them, but I am here to discuss. I was very busy. Like, I went to watch Harry Styles and I just simply didn't recover. I also went to Love in Vegas, which is a book convention, and I met so many of you. I got to hug so many of you. Literally want to stop just thinking about it. Thank you so much to anybody that walked up to me and said hi. Literally, if you see me anywhere, please say hello. The first time that ever happened to me was at the mall, and I was so anxious because I was like, oh my God, someone's saying hi to me. Just had the best time meeting all of you. So although I am a little bit anxious, I promise that if you walk up to me, I will love you forever. I literally will just want to give you the biggest hug. So if you see me anywhere, please feel free to say hello. And shout out to all the Shawty Bays that said hi to me. I love you so much. Wow. So let's get started talking about the 8 books I read this month. You guys know the drill. No spoilers in any of these videos. I will tell you if I listened to these or if I read them on Kindle or if I read paperback. Let's just get to. So I started out the month by reading Heartless by LZ Silver. I read that on my Kindle. I got the ARC for it and I was so excited because you guys know that I love Flawless, and Heartless did not disappoint. It is a standalone, but it's interconnected with Flawless. So if you read Flawless, you'll meet the characters that you get in Heartless, but you don't need to read Flawless if you just want to jump into Heartless, but I would highly recommend because I love Flawless. Heartless follows Willa and Cade, and it is age gap, it's single dad, and it is a nanny romance. So basically you have Willa and she comes to the small town to visit her best friend, and she stays there as a nanny to Cade's son. So like I said, age gap, single dad, small town, cowboy kind of vibe. Yeehaw, you know what I mean? Grumpy sunshine for sure. Heartless did not disappoint. I didn't like it as much as I liked Flawless. You guys know I rated Flawless 5 stars. I rated Heartless 4.5. I still really liked it. It just wasn't as good as Flawless to me, but I loved it nonetheless. And Heartless is dual POV, and there will be more books in the series. They're just not out yet. Then I listened to the X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I do have the physical copy and I did listen to it. You guys know that this is just how I am. I love to waste all of my money. It's just such a hobby of mine. This book follows Shay and Dominic, but it is only from Shay's POV. They are both in public radio and they work in the same public radio. And one day they are like throwing out ideas out there, and they say that they should do a talk show where 2 exes kind of discuss why they broke up and give relationship advice and all of that. And when Dominic and Shay start arguing during the meeting, their boss thinks that it's going to be a great idea for them to be exes, except they haven't actually dated, they're not actually exes, and they don't really like each other. So they have to just pretend in this entire talk show that not only did they date, but they broke up, and now they're doing this talk show together as exes. So it's a little bit of like fake dating, fake breakup, and then also a little bit of like animosity to lovers, and then coworker romance. Has a little bit of everything. I did not like it though. I rated it 3 stars. It's not that I didn't like it, it's that I didn't love it, and I kind of didn't like it. Listen, I just felt like there was no chemistry whatsoever. Like the parts that felt like there should have been chemistry, there wasn't. At the end of the book, I felt like I didn't know these characters at all. Like all I knew is that they were obsessed with public radio. I should know more about you than that. You know what I mean? The story was so fun. Like the plot was fun. The characters were super boring and there was no chemistry. So I would rate this a 3 star. Honestly, I would say skip it if I were you. Read Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. That one was much better. This one was just a miss for me personally. Then I read Consider Me by Becca Mack. This is the first book in the series. The second one I think just came out. I'm gonna read it soon. It's like interconnected standalones. This is a hockey romance. I've been very into hockey romances lately, so I was very excited to read this. It follows Carter and Olivia, and it is dual POV. So Carter basically is NHL's like superstar and player. He is known to hook up with a bunch of people and to not really date anybody seriously. And Olivia is the girl that he could not get. You guys know the drill. The typical story that I am a fucking sucker for. I don't know why, but I love it so much. It is so cheesy, but here I stand enjoying it nonetheless. I really liked this. I like the found family aspect. I like the hockey team. I like seeing everyone's dynamic. I'm very excited for the next books in the series. I rated this a 4 star. The only thing I didn't really like is I felt like it was way too long for the story. Like there wasn't enough story for it to be that long, and some parts were a little bit too cringy for me. Like some of the dialogue, I was a little bit like, ooh, why did you say that? Why did you have to go ahead and do that? But I still really enjoyed it, and this was still a book I would definitely recommend. It was so fun. Consider Me. playing for keeps. The next one's called Play With Me, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna read that this month, so I'll let you know what I think. But I really liked Carter. Olivia kind of pissed me off sometimes, but she was still very likable, and Carter was super fun, and I liked the dynamic of the whole team, so definitely recommend. 4 stars. We will never go back to that bloodshed, Y'all, may the odds be ever in our favor for these Taylor Swift tickets, y'all. If I don't get Taylor Swift tickets, I swear to God, I will simply never show my face on the internet again. So hope I get those tickets. Then I finally started the Devil's Night series, y'all. This is backwards. It's Corrupt first. Hold on. I finally started the Devil's Night series with Corrupt and Hideaway. These are the first 2 books in the series. I am not going to talk about these too much because I am working on a reading vlog. Don't mark my words on that, because if I don't finish the reading vlog, then you guys are gonna be really sad. But I have filmed these 2 books so far, so yay! So I'm not gonna talk about my opinions way too much because I will give full thoughts on there. But I rated both of these 3.5 stars. Definitely search up trigger warnings. Very, very questionable things in these. Dark, dark, dark romances. So please search up trigger warnings. If you're going to read them, please make sure that it's for you. So far, I am not that impressed, but I am excited to continue the universe because I hear that the next 2 books are the best ones. So I'm very excited for those. Like I said, I will tell you everything in my reading vlog. So hopefully that will be posted, but please don't mark thy words, or as my mom likes to say, don't write it down, because if I don't post that, you guys are gonna hold it against me forever. Hello? Corrupt is Michael and Rika, and Hideaway is Banks and Kai, and both of them are dual POV. Devil's Night, I started it. 3.5, both of them. Then I read It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I do not have my copy here with me because I left it at my family's house and it'll be shipped to me, but you guys saw my full thoughts on this. I did a reading vlog. If you guys haven't watched the reading vlog, go watch it. I will put it right here or in the link in the description. You guys can go watch it and know all my thoughts on there. I rated it 5 stars, and the whole reading vlog is non-spoiler, and at the very end, I give you a spoiler warning and I give you my full review, so you can go watch it on there to know all my thoughts. But just know that I rated it 5 stars. Search up trigger warnings. Then the next one I read was on my Kindle, and that's King of Wrath by Anna Huang. This is the first book in her new series that I am so excited to have started because it's like the 7 Deadly Sins type of vibe. We fucking love to see it. King of Wrath followed Vivian and Dante, and if you guys read Twisted Lies, you met them on there. You do not need to read the Twisted series to read King of Wrath or the rest of the series, but it is set in the same universe, so if you'd like to, you can, because some of the characters make appearances, but it is not necessary. Like I said, this one follows Vivian and Dante, and it is dual POV, and it is an arranged marriage. So Vivian and Dante have to get married because someone is holding something over Dante's head, and he is forced to marry Vivian. So it gives arranged marriage, it gives forced proximity, very like dark and high society aesthetic. Just think of Partition by Beyonce. Driver, roll up the partition, please. I don't need you seeing Beyonce on her knees. I liked this. It was 4 stars for me. I enjoyed it. It is definitely not my favorite Anna Huang book by far. Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies are still top notch for me, but it reminded me a lot of how the Twisted series is, where Twisted Love is not my favorite, but I did love the Twisted series, and the more I read it, the more I loved it, and the last book was just fucking incredible. I think that that's what this series is gonna be like. You just kind of need to get used to the beginning of it, and then it'll get amazing. So I rated it 4 stars. Dante was a little bit boring. I keep saying boring, like literally so many books bored me this month. I don't know if it's me or the books. I'm still a little bit in a reading slump. I don't feel like reading all that much, so I would say some of it is definitely me, but some of it is also definitely the books. Let's not blame it all on me. Vivian was amazing though. Vivian was a fucking queen. I adored her throughout the entire book. I just didn't love this one as much as Anna Huang's other books, but I'm so fucking excited for the rest of the series. Those are gonna be so, so good. And like I said, it reminded me a lot of Twisted Love. I didn't love Twisted Love, but I love the Twisted series. So do with that information what you will. 4 stars, King of Wrath. I feel like search up trigger warnings. Lastly, I read The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book follows Ryder and Mallory. It is only from Mallory's point of view. Please search up trigger warnings for this one. It is very dark. It is a YA book, but very, very dark. There are a lot of heavy topics in it. Basically, Mallory and Ryder were in the same foster home growing up, and he kind of was her protector, and then something happens and they don't see each other for years. And now Mallory is going to high school for the very first time because she used to be homeschooled, and then she runs into Ryder, and they kind of rekindled that friendship. I did not like it at all. Let me explain. I hated the Latinx representation. I don't know if it was just me, but it really rubbed me the wrong way. I love the idea of having like childhood friends reconnect and having like the protector like really like love the girl and protect her to his core. I love that, and that really gave with this. But other than that, I hated everything else. Something happens in this book that I absolutely despise. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but something happens that I was like, what the fuck? And there's also like the whole girlfriend storyline of like the character having a girlfriend, which I don't like. I usually like when the girlfriend goes away like right away, like in Love in Other Words, you know, how the girlfriend just like skedaddles. That doesn't happen here, and that really pissed me off. I don't know. Turns out that the problem with Forever is that I read it. But you know what? I DNF'd it. So I wouldn't even say I read it because I didn't finish it. I got to like, let's see, where did I get to? I feel like I got to like 300 pages in. I feel like I had like this much left and then I couldn't do it anymore. So 1 star DNF, which just means I didn't finish. Yeah, I was very excited for this book. I'm not gonna lie, maybe if I would have read it a long time ago, I would have liked it. I think it's just now I have higher standards, but that's not even true because I like some trash books. I wouldn't say my standards are high. I would just say that my standards are mediocre, and even those weren't met by this book. So do with that information what you will. 1 star DNF, not for me. But if it is for you, please search up trigger warnings. That is pretty much it, Shawty Bays. Those are the 8 books I read this month. I'm saying read very loosely because although I did read these, I don't remember a lot of it, and most of them I rated like 3 stars or less. So this month was definitely not a hit for me. But you know what? I went to a Harry concert. You're so golden. Da, 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 da. And I also met so many of you. Like I said, that was literally the highlight of my month, was meeting you guys. And I really, really hope I get to meet more of you guys in the future. Please come up to me if you ever see me. I love you so, so much. If I'm a little bit shy when you come up to me, it is just because I'm a very anxious gal. But I literally just want to hug you. I just want to squeeze you, and I just want to say hello. If you don't want to be squeezed, that's fine too. You can tell me you don't want to hug me. That's okay. I'll ask you before I hug you. Anyway, I love you so, so much, Chatty Bays. I hope you have such a great day. Let me know what you read this month and what you rated it, or let me know your favorite book you read this month, or maybe your least favorite. Let's keep things spicy. Anyway, bye. Have such a great day. I love you.